it's me. Uh, First of all, if you're watching this, you should probably watch part one because you won't understand anything I'm saying here. In part one, before I said that I often get on tangents and forget what I was saying and never return, I said that I would read some of my poetry, so I'll try to do that in here. Two, I never explained all of Don Quixote. I really skipped around while all of what I've got into, and I missed the best part, which is after Don Quixote gets, well, not the best part. The best part that I've gotten to is definitely one, the windmills, and two, when he gets knighted by the innkeeper. But there's an interesting part that happens that's I didn't get to, which is probably also one of the best parts that I've gotten to. And Don Quixote's leaving the inn to go get his shirts and his money, but the innkeeper said all errant knights must have adventures. So he's going and he's going home, and uh, he gets into a fight and tries to stop a beating, but he ends up beat on the side of the road, and a farmer who's his neighbor picks him up and puts him on his donkey because Don Quixote can't move because him and his horse were beaten so bad, and he takes him home, and the priest freaks out because the priest is friends with Don Quixote, and he's like, "These books are the devil. Look what they've done to my friend." And Don Quixote's niece, who lives with him, is freaking the fuck out because her uncle went on a whole adventure without telling them, and so while he's recovering, they burn his books and hole up his library so he can't get in, and then they blame it on Freston the magician, and he was the one that came down and whisked away the library, so it no longer exists. And which I think is crazy say to a deranged man that a magician came and took the books in the library and made it disappear, but to each their own. So Freston the magician is also what makes the giants turn into windmills when he's fighting them, because Don Quixote swears they're giants, and then once he goes to beat them up, they end up being windmills, so it has to be Freston. Um, but they end up burning his books, and that's just very, uh, like, book burning has happened across history, and there's even books that are banned in certain, censored countries. For example, the brothers the brothers Strugowski, who wrote How to Be God and lots of science fiction novels, have been banned in Russia for a while. And it's because, under the guise of science fiction, they're actually making fun of communism and the oppressive form of communism which they have lived under. Um, I don't know if they're still banned, but they were banned for a while. And Hard to Be God is a wonderful, wonderful book because you can just tell how much they're making fun of the Soviet Union in it, and how the Soviet Union like bans being intelligent um, in order to create the model citizen. Um, so anyway, the Brothers Strigowski is wonderful science fiction if you'd like to read it. I don't know why I'm giving fiction recommendations because, well, I guess I'm getting better at reading fiction. But anyway, so Don Quixote's books get burned, and I think it's very reminiscent of like the power that books have and how they have so much power um, because of the ideas that they hold, and why banning books and burning books can alleviate some pain. It doesn't get rid of the damage done, and also um, I feel like everyone should be able to take whatever ideas they want in and do what they will with them. I don't think censorship ever gets you anything. I think there's been lots of censorship of um, both sides, actually, like the far right and trans people. Um, so, and like anyone who's saying maybe this isn't the best. Like, Native Americans, definitely censored. Uh, Lots of censorship happening actually for the far left and people who might not even identify. I'm so far out of every box that I don't even know what I land in anymore. I just want everyone to be treated nicely and for the far right to realize that if everyone's being treated nicely, their supremacy can't stand because it's wrong. Um, but anyway, I also hate money, so I just rather we do away with the concept. It's kind of like communism that I want, only like the government doesn't have control over money because no one has money. But we don't need to talk about that. Now let's just read my poetry because I shouldn't talk about politics. Also, everyone knew Biden's policy for Islam would be terrible because Kamala Harris gets backed by Israel. So I'm under the opinion that someone in Trump's party put all of Afghanistan on the chopping block and started negotiating with the Taliban and promising that we would leave. But that's just a hunch. Biden's definitely an Islamophobe, or his. Biden's just an old man that likes ice cream. Kamala Harris is an Islamophobe. But that's my talking about politics for now. Anyway, let me read some poetry that I wrote, and maybe if it's good, let me know if I ever read a comment. If you hate it, then let me know that too, I guess. My parents will probably read it though, so count your blessings. I don't think they love my poetry either though, so they probably agree with you. This is called Feeding My Cat. The only reason I get out of bed is feeding my cat. His stomach must be full, but I have an insatiable stomach, a longing for more. Why get out of bed to abhor all I have and deserve? Material things don't please me. I want more than just things. Love in unconscionable amounts. Love of all and love for all. The only reason I get out of bed is feeding my cat. Drama King. Is feeding the cat the only reason, my cat, the only reason I get out of bed? Love of all and love for all. Love in unconscionable amounts. I want more than just things. Material things don't please me. All I have and I deserve. Why get out of bed to abhor, longing for more? I have an insatiable stomach, but his stomach must be full. Is feeding my cat the only reason I get out of bed? Anyway, that wasn't well rehearsed. If I ever do an open mic, I should probably. This can be my rehearsal. This is called Thinking Thoughts. Also, I figured out I read a copyright law book, and anything that I publish, the words belong to me by copyright, just by me putting it on the internet or writing it down. So you can't steal my poetry, you stupid fuck. I don't know if my poems are worth stealing. Um, They aren't good enough yet. That's why I'm writing them, to try to make them good enough. This is called Thinking Thoughts. Paradigms are sold to mold the perfect form of obedience and completeness. Nothing is unknown. What does the future hold? Shifts bring drifts and people hitch to bandwagons running off of cliffs. Paradigms bind, limiting the knowable to a finite whirlpool by design. Breaking chains, what is left behind. Awareness shifts and finds a beautiful divine. Nothing is known. Awareness mirrors karma. This existing that arises. The whirlpool widens. I think I might have read that on YouTube before. I don't know. Rehearsal times too. This is called A Stroll on July 4th, 2020. I tried to do like Walt Whitman, just like list the things around me. So that's where this comes from. Pen, sketchbook, thirst, bottles, water. By Mac, my wonderful cat. Music drop, heaven's lyre. Flippity flop, rain plops. Laundry steams, birds sing, parallel parking fails. Half painted fence with chips in it. Mercedes Benz with a floor full of used masks, balls of light shine bright against the dreary gray. Two crows, drizzles louder and louder, pitter patter, squirrel and tree over me, shortness of breath, hope it pours, smells a candle couldn't possess, real nice, the sound of laughter. What a lovely day to feel my independence. Uh, this is called Life After Death. Pain restrains me to a medicated lump, a cum dump for my own dissolution, slowly reaching my final illusion. Prophets point to the light in depths of putrid darkness. Fodder passes as truth, but the prophets point to the light unmoved. Hell chains me to an infuriated lunatic, deranged animal circle waiting to pounce when my time runs out on my mortal reservation. Train the agent, make him nameless, and he will rise again, a better man. Is this samsara or nirvana? Patiently waiting for the culmination, the snake spun up the design, erecting Jacob's ladder and tempting Eve to climb. The bottom is the end, to know the top is to begin again. Doubt is humbling and holy, to find flaws in all inside your walls, make them stronger and watch them fall again and again, till the reaper comes to make it in. Your parents fucked and had you, their parents fucked and had them. Monkeys fucked and evolved, the singularity banged and cooled off. Crunch and run it again? Who knows what'll happen in the end? The halting problem won't resolve. This is called Sillard the Wizard. It's about the atomic bombs and atomic warfare. Righteousness stalled, abdicates the angel who purchases the steeple instead of wizened sages. Christened the brainchild, Leo redeem us, divine winds rouse Yamato, Zion within grasp, signing his permission, and Izanagi and Izanami. The little boy restrained her while the fat man came. Goddess of the sun, illuminate Sumi. The mind must know pride to cast the spell of love. I just wrote that, so obviously not well rehearsed, but we're getting there. This is still in progress. I want to make this one longer, but it's called Swan Song. Ramble errant night of wonder, till Kronos' god of thunder leads time to heaven's door. Freston thwarts victories among us. I'm a legendary suicidal. I'm gonna start over. This is about Don Quixote, so it's a good way to end. Ramble errant night of wonder, till Kronos' god of thunder leads time to heaven's door. Freston thwarts victories among us. I'm a legendary suicidal fucker. By my labor and belabor my wager till apathy strikes. Heaven knows if I'm right. Hawking recanted and croaked. Normality fears awe. Monotonous, pedantic anarchy, hierarchies evolve. Got to have guts for glory. Got to show guts to be gory. I'll be smiling when I die. Anyway, that's my poetry. I don't know if it's good yet, but maybe one day I'll write a good poem. Here's to hoping. I thought I had one, and then I reread it, and when I said I had a good poem, it's not good. Maybe